Hi, you're watching my channel DESHVIDHI. The idea behind this channel is to bring to you factual information relating to the Indian Parliament, the Government of India and the Supreme Court of India. I look at my work as an undated repository of audiovisual, video, quick books on subjects which are really boring but are a must know. I'm able to do so because of seasoning I have as a journalist covering the top 3 constitutional institutions.
Smooth administration of courts is also essential for systematic and efficient disposal of work. This is where the administrative wing of Supreme Court, which is divided into administration and judicial wing, known as Registry, comes in. It is further divided into various divisions, branches, sections, and cells. While the Secretary General is the highest administrative officer of the Supreme Court, Honorable Chief Justice of India is the Supreme Administrative Head. Secretary General is assisted by 8 registrars and 25 additional registrars, deputy and assistant registrars. A typical day in this great institution begins with the meticulous planning. The Chief Justice of India arrives early. He takes stock of not just the cases listed for the day, but also any administrative or other issues that come up. The Chief Justice then chairs a meeting with judges of Supreme Court. This meeting is crucial for the smooth functioning of the apex court. The Secretary General briefs the registrars and the day's agenda is set. Then the honorable judges head for their courtrooms. With this, the ball is set rolling for a hectic day at the Supreme Court. Hustle and bustle outside the courts. Advocates and their parties waiting for the turn is a common sight. Inside the courtroom, there are some anxious moments, some moments of relief, as honorable judges listen carefully to the arguments. Work does not end in the courts alone. The pursuit of justice is endless. For certain cases, when an urgent action is required, there are no fixed hours. In case of exigencies, Secretary General and the registrars also visit the residential office of the Honorable Chief Justice of India. Hours are spent in preparation at home. It is no exaggeration to say that the Chief Justice and his team of judges put in much more toil than meets the eye. This is indicative of the fact that the Supreme Court is a flexible institution in its commitment to the cause of justice.
Supreme Court has done its best, whatever it can within the resources that manpower, funds and time management. There are some problems of this thing. It may not have kept the expectations of all the people of all sections fulfilled. But in a substantial measure, it has given people a kind of an assurance that there is one institution they can go to.
The Supreme Court Judges Library acts as a research and reference wing of the court, housing more than 350,000 law books and law reports. It is one of the largest law libraries in Asia. Not just that, it is open on all days of the year, barring 3 national holidays. 18 professional librarians and 70 supporting staff form the backbone of the services offered. The The doctrine of precedence is crucial to the Indian judicial system. So citing earlier judgments of the court in support of their contention during arguments is an imperative for both advocates and judges. This is where library wing steps in. In the morning, advocates give a list of books to be cited by them in a case. It is the responsibility of the court management section to ensure that the specified book is available to the honorable courts at the time of citation in the court. For the 31 residential libraries of honorable judges, circulation section of the library is responsible for the issue and return of books. On an average, 800 to 900 books are issued per day. Requisitions from the residential offices of the honorable judges are received by the reference section, and this section carries out necessary legal research to cater to the information requirements. Speed is as vital as accuracy in this process. The library has a computer section discharging the responsibility of procuring and maintenance of commercial legal databases subscribed in the library. This section also develops and updates more than 20 in-house databases. Acquisition section looks after the acquisition and technical processing of the books approved by the Honorable Committee of Judges. This section also brings out two publications, namely Accession List and Newsletter. The legislation section is the spine of the library. It is responsible for procuring and maintaining parliament debates, legislative materials, and gazettes of central government, state governments, and union territories.
Hello. Check. Sujit Allahabad High Court Rule 34. Evidence code number 3. लाओ. Code number 3 evidence है. हाँ ठीक है जल्दी से अप्लाई करा दो. पुरुषोत्तम सेंसस एक्ट देना. तामिलनाडु आईपीसी. लाओ सेंसस कमीशन 4 नंबर. कोड नंबर 4. हाँ. Sujit High Court Rule कोड नंबर 1.
Complete documentation of acts, amendments, rules, regulations, bylaws, and notifications published in gazettes is done so as to retrieve the same expeditiously at the time of requirement at the courts. Mondays and Fridays are perhaps the busiest days as they are fresh matters day. 22 persons work like dancing librarians continuously for 3 to 4 hours to catering to telephonic requisitions for bare acts from the courts.
Thank you for watching my channel DESHVIDHI on the YouTube. You can subscribe to my channel to get exclusive content. Press the bell to get notifications, or just search for DESHVIDHI or @Amritanshu_Rai to find us on the YouTube. You can also copy the link to get to my channel. Keep watching DESHVIDHI.